House of the Dead is a franchise that surprised me when I first encountered the series at a young age. As a kid, I entered an arcade and was overwhelmed with the lights and sounds, seeing arcade cabinets scream and dazzle me as I walked by each machine. Some machines were familiar faces, such as Tekken Tag, TMNT, Cruisin', The Lost World Jurassic Park, and so on. But as I walked across the arcade floor, I came across a sit-down cabinet, and all over the outside of the cabinet were these human-like creatures with blood and gore all over their face. As I peeked behind the curtain enclosing the screen and the bench, there was House of the Dead 2, an Italian city with the undead ravaging every corner of the town into a nightmare. What was familiar with the game was it was oh so similar to my favorite arcade game, which is The Lost World Jurassic Park. However, this game featured the undead, and as a kid, trying to fight through the zombie horde was two things: terrifying and awesome. After I first experienced House of the Dead 2, I became familiar with the franchise with Dreamcast ports such as Typing of the Dead, House of the Dead 2, and whenever I am able to find an original House of the Dead cabinet, I would go ahead and play that as well. And as time continued, there were other sequels like the equally great House of the Dead 3, which is my personal favorite. With this franchise, there's also a bunch of numbered sequels and a great spin-off called House of the Dead Overkill, which is also available for the Nintendo Wii. However, with this video today, we are talking about my dream port for the Nintendo Wii, or at least one of them, which is House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return. The Wii is a system that everyone had loaded with shovelware. I must say, I was a mild fan of the Wii. I adored Nintendo's ingenuity with the motion capabilities, and some of the games were genuinely incredible. Still, when I was younger, I mostly played Wii Sports, Smash Bros. Brawl, and Mario Kart, and that was kind of it, along with the infamous shovelware of the system. The Wii did not gain my entire love until 2020, when I finally went back and started buying the games I never had a chance to play and buy as a kid. And oh boy, my opinion on the Wii dramatically changed. The Wii is a solid console with its main IP, but where the Wii always captivates me is the light gun games. Yeah, as someone who loves going to the arcade and still gets giddy seeing these cabinets out in the wild, the fact that we had a console that became the perfect light gun / on-rail shooter system, I was over the moon about seeing these games like Link's Crossbow Training, Target Terror, Dead Space Extraction, Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles and Darkside Chronicles, and of course, the House of the Dead ports. The Wiimote is essentially the gun attached to the cabinet, and with the motion sensor, we can have nearly perfect shots. House of the Dead was a game series that intrigued and captivated me as a young age with how violent it was, and at that age, to see zombies running rapidly on the screen was quite the spectacle. Over the years, as I've said, I would be introduced to other entries in the series, but in my opinion, the one that I can't help but dart over to see if I find it in the wild is House of the Dead 3. Oh man, this game has so many early 2000s design aesthetics, like the filthy, dingy world in which the game is inhabited in, the construction site with the bloated zombies, and the giant zombie cop are enemy types that are simply staples for House of the Dead characters when I think about the franchise alongside the classic House of the Dead 1 and 2 zombies. What I love about the arcade and the memories that House of the Dead share with them is the people and the time shared with family and friends, gunning our way through mansions, towns, and construction sites, pumping quarters into machines to continue further. Some of my favorite memories of going to random arcades as a kid and finding a House of the Dead cabinet and my mom looking at me more ready than I am to gun down the living dead is a core memory that I will always love. House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return continue that tradition and allow you to take on the zombie horde at home. These days, there are not too many times to boot up my Wii, but when I have the itch to return to a classic light gun game like House of the Dead 2 and 3, I can't pass up this opportunity to revisit these games and have some fun.
Reload! Reload! Reload!
And that's it for this episode today. I really hope you enjoyed it. Happy Halloween, everybody. House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return is a wonderful game, and House of the Dead Overkill, also for the Nintendo Wii, is such a great experience. As I said in the video, I love the Wii for its light gun games, and we have devices or accessories like the Nintendo Zapper, where you're able to kind of get that arcade feel at home with one of these cool little accessories. I have a bunch of other games for the Wii that I really do like Ghost Squad, as I mentioned, the Resident Evil games, the Dark Side and Umbrella Chronicles are great as well. I wish we had more options for modern systems. I still feel like the Wii just killed it with all of the light gun like games. There is a House of the Dead remake, the original, for the Nintendo Switch, which I do have and I did play. It is good. I think the Joy-Con works, but it's just not as good as the Wiimote in my opinion. And I understand that like the tech is better for the Switch with the Joy-Con, but when playing light gun games and you boot up that Wii every now and then and I go ahead and I play a bunch of those games, this just feels right. And I love the Wii for this reason. There's a bunch of games that I'm actually looking forward to adding to my Nintendo Wii collection. I just picked up a couple older Call of Duty games because I would like to revisit those games, but in a different way. I think the Nintendo Wii is definitely a niche system in terms of, fans, but for light gun games, I think the Nintendo Wii may be the best. So that is it for this episode today. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments down below if you like House of the Dead. I got my House of the Dead hat on. I love this franchise. I would love to play more modern versions somewhere. Like I said, the Joy-Con works, but I would rather have something like this. It feels so weird to be like, I would love those games ported to the Wii. It's just not a thing. But if you know any light gun games that you can recommend, please leave a comment in the comments section down below. And I am posting this on Halloween, so happy Halloween, everybody. If you are watching it today, please enjoy all the spooky features and everything that you may do on Halloween. I wanted to make a Halloween video this year, and it just happens that I wanted to do House of the Dead. I love this franchise so much, and who knows, maybe in the future I'll talk about Overkill, and I'll talk about some of the other numbered sequels that are out in the arcades. So that is it. As always, my name is Brandon, and I will see you all next time.